Hey cuy, jadi sekarang gua sudah ada ini apa namanya? Udah ada live streaming buat 1.5 update-nya dapat apa aja. Jadi langsung aja nonton ya. Sekalian kita reaction. Suaranya gak keluar.
In version 1.4.
I know, tell me about it. I'm so glad that they invited me to the show. I've always been super curious about what it's like to do a special program. It always looked like you and Karina were having so much fun in the previous ones.
Hey, that's what the special program's all about. And today certainly won't be an exception, as we are joined by Keith Silverstein.
Dun-da-da.
Oh, I like the trumpet there. Very nice. Hi, everybody. My name's Keith Silverstein, and I voice
Ada Zhongli berarti.
Zhongli,
Zhongli
consultant for
bakal
the
dinaikin
Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor in Genshin Impact.
Yes, Mr. Zhongli himself, who, spoiler alert, is really Morax. That's right, the Geo Archon widely respected as Rex Lapis, the god of contracts himself. Whew, talk about a list of titles.
And that is exactly why I leave the introductions to you, Zach.
Honestly, it's so hard to express how much we love your performance in the game, Keith. And by we, I obviously mean myself and a lot of other players.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
It is really an honor to play a role that's loved by so many, myself included, of course. And come on, how exciting is this? I'm so excited that I'm doing a version preview with you guys. This is going to be great.
Apa namanya?
Yeah, so why don't we take a quick moment to thank our viewers for joining us today and for their amazing support of Genshin Impact.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, big thank you to the entire Genshin Impact community. Thanks for your love and support.
Masih ngobrol-ngobrol.
So, Keith, what do you think of Genshin Impact so far?
Well, I mean, we all know it's an amazing game. I mean, right off the bat, it's beautiful. You know, the graphics, the character design, everything. But the thing that really has blown me away has really been just the fan base. Just that this game is so popular worldwide, and I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of something like that.
Totally agree. I've loved interacting with the fan base myself, and currently I'm still on the grind. I just love the gameplay, the graphics are absolutely beautiful, and I also love playing the game on my phone whenever I can't get to my PC.
Okay, so here's a question, Zach. What have you enjoyed the most in version 1.4 so far?
Ooh, you know, it's so tough because I love all the mini games, but I think my favorite one is Ballads of Breeze. And I just love getting out my lyre too as I travel around Teyvat and play my random little songs.
That sounds pretty cool.
Sharing my musical genius.
Well, let's not go too far there, Zach. I mean, I'm sure you're good and all, but genius?
Yeah, I'm sure you're great.
Anyways, I believe many of our viewers are waiting to hear more about what's in store for version 1.5. So why don't we start things off with a quick overview?
Sounds great.
Take it away, Zach.
Suaranya
You got it.
Zhongli
In
Inggris
version
gitu ya?
1.5, we'll have some brand new characters,
Kayak apa ya?
several cool new monsters, and various
Gitulah.
special events. We'll also have an all-new feature to explore. And as always, there will be some optimizations and adjustments to our overall gaming experience.
Wow, very nice.
Aside from all the new content, Genshin Impact is also having its native release for PlayStation 5 on April 28th, the same day version 1.5 comes online, so that's definitely exciting.
Totally. It's great news for our PlayStation 5 players out there.
Yeah, we'll get our first glimpse of version 1.5 from the trailer.
Wala, ada suara
But before we get to that, I'd like to remind our viewers that we'll be giving away redemption codes throughout the stream.
In terms of Primo Gems, we have Primo
begini. Pandai
Gems.
ngomong primo aja.
Yeah, and just remember that they might appear at any time during the show, so be sure to stick around for those. Okay, now let's take a first look at the official trailer for Genshin Impact version 1.5, Beneath
Gila,
the
5
Light
menit
of
sendiri.
Jadeite.
Nah, akhirnya dapat. Oh, apa ini?
If it is fated, we will meet again.
Chamber baru. Oh,
It
sorry.
must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks.
Itu juga ya.
I guess that could have been them. And there was a
Segel.
child staggering in front of them.
Segel.
This is I, Ace-Daha, forged of elemental crystal.
Bos baru ya.
The enraged earth will not absolve you! You stand upon your tomb. Quake!
There is a fine line between good and evil.
This is order. It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me. So here lies the wisdom of the gods. To dust!
Hey, wait a minute. Does this count as martial arts?
Ready for trial. Incinerate! Breath of the flame! Inadmissible evidence! Well, I guess I've mastered both the pen and the sword.
People tell me that if I just spoke more softly, others may find it easier to forgive me. But the only reason they think that way is because they've never been branded a pariah before.
I condemn you! Freeze to the core! Eye for an eye! Vengeance will be mine!
Berarti menarik sih. Tapi gue bakal narik sih tuh, Eula.
This serenity pot
Ini
is
item apa
all
lagi?
yours now.
Oh, yang buat masak ya? Portable. Tapi kok nggak ada, gue belum mau pakai sih portable itu. Ya dia mabu-mabu.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot.
Apaan lagi nih?
She will explain
Oh, invisible.
everything you need to know about it.
Ini di mana? Kayak di pedalaman Eropa, kayak di pesisir Eropa. Oh enggak, kita masih di Monster. Gue pikir udah di Eropa, di mana gitu, region baru gitu kali. Banyak babi, banyak bubuk. Di mana lagi? Gimana ini, boy? Lucu sih. Ini jangan-jangan ini dormitory-nya, dorm sistemnya ini lagi. Dorm sistemnya apa namanya? Dorm sistemnya itu doang. Benel apa tadi? Bennett of Jadid. Oh ya bener ini. Dormitory-nya. Wih, bisa masukin anjing, lumayan lucu. Lucu sih. Apa lagi nih? Energy amplifier initiation. Wah, PR lagi nih. Asli ini sih PR sih. Ih, apaan nih? Kayak ini, apa namanya? Kayak apa itu namanya? Metal Gear Solid. Apaan tuh? Ini tuh Flowing Mastery. Lumayan sih. Nah, wah, hangout lagi, hangout series. Hangout seriesnya si ini apa namanya? Si kok gue lupa kan? Si Diona. Nambah lagi Diona. Lumayan sih.
Wow, there was a
Minute
lot going
of
on in that
the-
trailer. It looks
Not
like Zhongli is
kelihatan.
gonna have a new storyline here with a super tough looking dragon to fight. So be careful out there, Zach.
Hey, I've leveled up a lot since the last version. This dragon's got nothing on me.
Yeah, sure, Zach. You really expect us to believe that?
Personally, I'm excited for these new characters. They look super cool.
Yeah, and that sounds like a solid place to start, so why don't I begin by introducing the new characters first?
Sounds good to me.
Lumayan. Karakternya paling. Oh, waifu baru. Tarik ini sih. Ini sih positif tarik sih ini. Cryo Claymore ya, yang itu ya. Cakep sih ini. Desainnya tuh kayak ganyu tapi Claymore. Masih keren sih. Cakep sih. Eula, dance
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work?
Satorina.
All right then,
Satorina,
I'll
gua
teach
nggak
you.
denger
Oh
sih.
yes,
Satorina.
I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Introducing our new playable character, Eula, captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company. She
Kapten.
carries a cryovision and elegantly wields her frosty claymore.
Yeah, the way she handles her weapon is truly amazing. Like, she even did a cartwheel with her sword. No wonder she's called the Spindrift Knight.
Yeah, her combat
Kayaknya
style
aku punya
really
karakter
stands
Claymore
out.
yang bagus juga.
Forget fighting. Her style is more like dancing or gymnastics.
Seriously, she doesn't move like other Claymore wielders at all. Her motions are way lighter and more fluid.
Perhaps that's a result of the training passed down through her aristocratic bloodline.
Oh, she's a descendant of the family that was once overthrown by the Knights of Favonius, right?
Mm-hmm, that is correct.
Ooh, I'm sensing a complex backstory here. Now the question comes, why would she be serving in the Knights of Favonius?
I don't know.
Ini gue
For revenge?
lebih penasaran lagi sama
Maybe.
ininya sih.
I don't know.
Apa namanya?
Well, yes,
Di
and
bannernya dia.
no.
dia-
Although
dia
Eula
sama
often
siapa?
talks about taking revenge on others,
Semoga
she
sih sama
doesn't
ini,
seem to mean
sama
it for
karakter
real.
yang gue butuh.
As strange as it sounds, it's just her own way of expressing care for other people. Let's have a look at her skills, shall we?
Berarti
Yes, please.
kemungkinan sih kalau nebak-nebak
With her
dia kan
elemental
fire.
skill, Ice
gimana?
Tide Vortex,
Cryo.
Eula slashes swiftly,
Kemungkinan
dealing cryo
antara
damage.
Singkiu
However, her elemental skill has different
atau
effects
Bennett
depending on whether you
atau
tap or
itu
hold the
nggak
skill
mungkin,
button.
karena dia gerak cryo.
Ooh, interesting. Tell us more.
Yeah.
When tapping the elemental skill, Eula gains a stack of Grimheart by hitting an opponent. Grimheart increases Eula's defense and resistance to interruption.
Yang buat support
Sounds
dia
cool for a Claymore wielder.
kayaknya yang buat
What
support
will
dia
happen if we
antara
hold her elemental skill then?
Fire, Bennett,
I was
atau
hoping you would ask that. When the skill is
Singkiu.
held,
Tapi Singkiu
Eula
udah mentok,
consumes the
cuy.
stacks of Grimheart, and surrounding opponents will have their physical resistance and cryo
Bennett sih
resistance
kemungkinan
decreased.
sih.
Now, each stack of Grimheart consumed
Dadar,
will be
macet.
converted into an Ice World
Kepret,
brand that
mental,
deals
pasti.
cryo damage to nearby opponents.
Ooh, I'm loving her Grimheart mechanic already.
Yeah, me too.
Eula's
Jadi,
elemental burst,
ultinya bukan sih.
glacial illumination, deals cryo damage to nearby opponents and creates a lightfall sword that follows her around for a certain duration. When her own normal attacks, elemental skill and elemental burst deal damage to opponents, they will charge the lightfall sword until it explodes violently once its duration ends.
An explosive icy sword. Wow. That seems almost like a contradiction. I mean, ice that explodes? It's like mixing opposites.
Wah,
Right?
lu nggak
But it's
tahu.
somehow fitting for her
Eksplosif
character,
bisa
you know?
banget.
A noble heir who joins the family's arch enemy, who moves elegantly but causes violent
Itu sih,
explosions,
apa namanya,
who
ganyu.
manipulates cryo element but is called the
Kayaknya
Spindrift Knight.
Ice Explode.
She's full of contradictions.
Ini
Nice,
kayaknya,
Sarah. That's pretty deep.
Thanks.
karakter baru ini
Hey, why
pemarah
don't we
kayaknya.
take a look at our next new playable character in version 1.5?
Sounds good.
Nah, ini dia. Adult Clay. Cakep sih asli sih. Kenapa nggak kayak gini gitu dari dulu? Tapi bagus sih Clay ini. Adult Clay anjir keren sih ini. Jaraknya jarak jauh. Udah kayak ini apa namanya? Kayak bisa tapi versi Pyro. Lumayan ini.
Need a cure for insomnia? Let me
Young
read you
Faye.
the history of the development of Liu's legal system. None of my friends have ever lasted
Oh,
longer than
terus.
20 minutes.
The other new playable character in version 1.5 is Yenfei, a legal advisor active in Liyue Harbor. She's a catalyst wielder and holds a
Catalyst
pyrovision.
Pyro.
Interestingly enough, she happens to be part illuminated beast.
Tapi bagus
Oh,
banget sih
just like
desainnya sih.
Ganyu.
Exactly.
Tapi
So,
jauh
are those
serangannya
two
loh.
sticks on her head
Dibanding
her
sama
version
Clay
of
masih jauhan dia
horns,
loh.
or are they more like antlers?
Wait, I thought those were her pigtails, no?
No.
Jauh banget
No, Zach, not at all.
tembakan
Oh,
dapat.
those are the symbol of her
Kayaknya
illuminated
homing
beast
gitu.
heritage.
Okay, so
Dan Clay
question.
kayaknya homing
Would that
deh.
mean she knows Rex Lapis then? Or would she be bound by a contract with Morax in some way?
You mean like as a
Kalau
legal
Clay
advisor
kan
for the god
lemparannya
of
pendek
contracts?
That
Dia
would be
lemparannya
quite
jauh
the
banget
big
tuh.
title, but yeah, something like that?
Even Morax doesn't have command of all the illuminated beasts. Yenfei is one of the few that didn't sign a contract with him.
Oh, why is that?
She was born in a peaceful era. Therefore, there was no need for her to fight in any cruel wars like her predecessors. Interestingly, as a free illuminated beast, she's put herself in a profession where her job is to interpret laws and help others deal with conflicts and disputes.
Okay, so her work is all related to contracts, right? Because I know I saw some sort of gigantic pyro stamp slamming down when she attacks. You know, like the kind of thing you'd see used to stamp a contract?
Mm-hmm. You are correct. Both her normal attack, her elemental skill Sign Edict, and her elemental burst Done Deal grant her Scarlet Seals, which decrease Yenfei's stamina consumption. But these Scarlet Seals are not the big seal you saw.
Oh, so the Scarlet Seals must have been all those little red markings floating around her.
That's right. When she uses her charged attack, Yenfei consumes all Scarlet Seals, which in turn increase her charged attack's area of effect and damage.
Oh, so that's what I saw.
It sure was. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that Eula and Yenfei have some special connections to one another.
What would a night in Mondstadt have to do with a legal advisor in Liyue Harbor?
Sounds like a mystery.
Yes, indeed. One which the travelers will get to discover on their own.
Leave it to me.
Rude. Leave it to us.
Oh, yeah, right. Us.
Right.
Oh, you two. And that's all the latest we have on the new characters.
Wait a minute. Didn't you forget something?
I don't think so. You know, I have a pretty good memory, Zach.
Zach was gonna ask where we'll get to pull these adorable new characters from, right?
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to that, all in good time. Right now seems to be a good time for us to give away our first redemption code.
Oh, now?
Like I said, you never know when they'll appear.
Precisely. The first code will be unearthed in 3, 2, 1.
FS. Lumayan 100. Sip, lumayan dapat. Sip, dapat. Sebelum tanggal 17. Hah? Buset. Playback sih ya? Playback apa sih playback? Nutupin ya?
It seems only fitting to collect some rewards before we talk about event wishes in version 1.5.
Yeah.
All right. I know you guys are anxious to hear more. In version 1.5, the two 5-star characters Zhongli and Eula will appear successively in their own separate event wishes.
Many of the players have been waiting for Zhongli's return, and it's finally happening!
The players have been waiting. I've been waiting. Okay, to elaborate, Yenfei will be featured in Zhongli's event wish, Gentry of Hermitage. The exact dates and durations for the event wishes will be officially announced later. Aside from the new characters, a new 5-star weapon and 2 sets of new artifacts will also be released in version 1.5.
Menarik dong gua.
Ooh, very cool.
That new claymore looks pretty ornate. It sort of reminds me of the 5-star bow Elegy for the End from version 1.4.
Oh, good observation. Now, this new 5-star claymore is called Song of Broken Pines, and it has a physical damage bonus.
It has quite a poetic name, too. I wonder if it belongs to the same series as Elegy for the End.
Perhaps. And there may even be a hidden story behind them.
Ooh, I already feel a story coming! You know, whenever Keith even mentions the word story, I just want to break out the popcorn.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me guess, it's a very epic and long story.
Ah, yes, a very long story.
You guys really have big imaginations, you know that? Look, aside from the weapons, there will be 2 sets of new artifacts for players to collect. Tenacity of the Millilith and Pale Flame.
Ooh, awesome! Where can we get them?
If past updates are any indication, my bet would be that they'll be in a new domain.
And that is correct. The new domain, Ridgewatch, will be available to travelers after the version update. Now, it's located in the mountainous area that connects Mondstadt and Leo.
Finally! We're getting a teleport waypoint there. That's always been one of the harder areas for players to reach.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people have used their portable waypoints to get there. Now we can save those for some other places.
In addition to the new gear, some new storylines will be released too. After the version 1.5 update, Diona's Hangout event and Act 2 of Noelle's Hangout event will be available for players to enjoy.
Act 2 with Noelle? That is so sweet. I really love the Hangout memory illustrations with Noelle.
Okay, but that's not the only Act 2 we're getting in version 1.5.
Ooh.
Act 2 of Zhongli's story quest will be released in the update as well, followed by Eula's own story quest.
Wow, I already can't wait to see more of Zhongli's storyline. Can you tell us more about what's going to happen, Keith?
Well, as you saw in the trailer, the dragon Ajdaha, who seems to have some, let's say, history with Zhongli, will be making an appearance in Zhongli's story quest.
Sounds interesting, but who exactly is this Ajdaha?
Oh, it was mentioned in the quest about the nameless treasure. Seems like Mr. Zhongli's past is finding its way back to him.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, and meeting those who share the memory leaves an indescribable feeling.
Sarah, look, it's him!
It is!
You guys. Okay, in a word, Ajdaha is going to play an important role in Zhongli's story quest, and the disturbance it causes will also pose a serious threat to Liyue. Furthermore, this dragon will become a weekly boss, so let's take a closer look at it in battle.
Wah, weekly boss. Oh, di sini ya. Gimana aja di dalam situ. Oh, sama kayak Primo besar. Kayak kodok bangkong sih asli. Bentuknya. Terus ngapain dia dikurung kalau dia bisa ngajurin sendiri? Gila. Oh iya benar kayak film besar berarti. Ada dia bisa berubah jadi elemen lain. Elektro, Cryo. Itu cuma 3 doang.
Alright then.
I don't know. It actually looks kind of cute.
Uh-oh, Sarah wants a new pet now.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of cute, like it's gonna rip off my head.
No, I mean it's got that little cute smirk happening. I think it's kind of cute.
Oh, that's true.
Right? And it's got those branches on its tail. And remember this place? There was a girl standing under a tree mumbling about the awakening of some most awe-inspiring individual. Remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, so she was talking about Ajdaha.
She was. Beneath the tree, or as it's called, the Dragon Queller, is the cavern where Ajdaha was sealed away.
This new monster reminds me of Geobishops.
Absolutely. They have plenty of similar traits. As a boss, Ajdaha can change its element, hence the different colors you see on its body.
It seems like when it switches its element, the surroundings in the domain change too.
Oh, looks like there will be a variety of conditions for us to deal with.
Ooh, are you excited, Zach?
Well, with all the lessons I've learned from fighting Geobishops, I'm confident that I can crush this Lord of Bishops.
Good luck, Zach. You're the man. Okay, the next new monster we're about to meet will be a new member of the Hypostasis family, the Cryo-Hypostasis. Let's see it in action.
Nah, ini dia. Hypostasis Cryo. Oh, jangan-jangan Dragon Spine lagi. Beneran dong, Dragon Spine. Waduh. Pakai apa nyerangnya? Mungkin gua serang pakai ganyu juga dia. Rar. Tahu dong. Tahu dong gak sesakit ganyu sih.
When the cryohypostasis reaches low HP, it enters a shield to protect itself and recover from the damage. In the meanwhile, it attacks its enemies.
Which means us.
Huh, but it seems like we'll never be able to finish it off if we can't break the shield. So how can we take its shield down?
Oh, I know the answer to this one. Travelers will need to figure it out on their own in version 1.5.
And with that, the apprentice has become the master.
Yes, you are getting the idea. And there's one other new enemy we're going to see in version 1.5. Perhaps you two remember the Abyss Herald we encountered in version 1.4?
Oh, you mean that gigantic blue dude that works for me?
Well, technically, he would be my gigantic blue dude if you are the traveler.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Seriously, do you guys bicker about everything?
Yes.
Anyway, it turns out that another one of the Abyss Order's elite monsters will be making a debut in version 1.5.
Oh?
The Abyss Lector. Let's take a look, shall we?
Hah? Abis apa? Apa namanya?
Okay, one thing to be noted is that some of the Abyss Lector's attacks will decrease characters' elemental energy once they hit their opponents. So be sure to dodge those.
If only it was that easy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Zach, I know you well enough. What are you thinking about over there?
Well, the Abyss Herald we met before was like an assassin, whereas this Abyss Lector we see now seems more like a mage. The Herald could manipulate the Hydro element, while the Lector manipulates the Electro element. Now that I think about it, what if I could put them on my team?
Well, I mean, yeah, practically speaking, that would make a very good team.
Well, that could be what the lost sibling was thinking.
I'm sure the lost sibling said,
I will have order.
and now we have the Abyss Order.
Well, that's everything we have for our new monsters. So next, we will get a peek of an all-new permanent feature called Serena Teapot, which will be available starting in version 1.5. Zach, I'll leave this part to you.
Got it. After we help the city get through its crisis, the Adepti of liat have taken note of our hard work. Knowing we are outlanders who often camp out in the wilds, they decided to give us a Serena Teapot as a gift.
Camping in the wild? Zach, we never camp.
Yeah, we just keep adventuring through the night.
Yeah. Serena Teapot. I like the name. So, is this Serena Teapot sort of like Madame Ping's magical teapot?
Yeah, it's what's known as a realm within.
Ooh, it sounds exciting. That was really nice of them. I hope it wasn't too difficult to make.
Well, the Adepti of liat are mighty illuminated beings with great power. Creating a realm within is nothing but creating a little trinket for them.
Keith, you sound so cool.
You sound cool.
Oh, let's take a closer look inside this so-called teapot. For starters, there are 3 different realm layouts for us to choose from. Floating Abode, Emerald Peak, and Cool Isle.
Wow, so this is what the Adepti would consider just a trinket?
Inside the realm, you'll find Tubby, a teapot spirit who manages all the general affairs in the realm within.
Oh, just like a butler.
Oh my gosh, Tubby is so round and cute! I love it!
And it plays an important role in our realm, too. When we raise its trust rank, it will give us some rewards and unlock new features for our realm. For example, the 3 different realm layouts. We'll have to increase our trust rank if we want to unlock them all.
Okay, so question. If I rub Tubby, will it grant me 3 wishes?
What are you talking about? Tubby's not a genie.
Okay. I was just thinking, you know, magic lamp, magic teapot. So anyway, how do we increase trust rank with Tubby then?
Whenever we create new furnishings, Tubby's trust increases. Moreover, with the help of the teapot spirit, we'll collect various blueprints from different sources. Once we've collected the necessary materials for creating furnishings, we can make those furnishings in the Serena Teapot and use them to decorate our home. Of course, we can also buy some furnishings directly from Tubby.
Good. I'd like an ornate glazed lily pattern incense burner.
Really? That's a super specific choice.
Well, I'm a super specific guy.
Anyway, this Serena Teapot will be a large personal realm that players may manage. They can take their time considering how to decorate the space and can fill it with the things they like to make it feel like home.
I see. Okay, then let's prepare some radiant grade Nocta Lucas jade for starters.
Okay, first of all, your standard of home is way too high.
And that's wrong because?
I mean, you know what? You do you. You do you.
Yeah, totally. Well, if we are short of any practical decoration ideas, we can also apply to enter our friends' realms for some inspiration. We can just stop by for a visit and snap some nice photos.
Ooh, that means we can throw parties in our personal realms. That'll be so fun. Are you gonna put me on your ultra exclusive guest list, Zach?
Nope.
Zach!
Just kidding. You know, we're going from roughing it in the wild to luxurious house parties. I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, and the realms seem very large, too.
Large enough to unleash your imagination.
Yeah, we can create views outside the house and arrange the layouts of furnishings. And as we put more furnishings into the Serena teapot, our adeptal energy increases, enabling the realm to produce more realm currency.
So more furnishings increase adeptal energy. I like the sound of that.
I knew you'd like that.
So with this new realm currency you mentioned comes a new way of exchanging it, I suppose?
That's right. We can exchange realm currency for a variety of materials and rewards. And sometimes a teapot traveling salesman carrying realm treasures might appear. So be sure to check it out.
Noted. Whew, there's already a lot on everyone's to-do list for this feature.
And there might be even more to come in the future. Let's wait and see what the Serena teapot holds for us in store together.
I will, and in the meantime, I will stuff my realm with satisfying furnishings.
All right, just please don't make Tubby work too hard.
I won't, and as always, I'm sure the travelers will cover my expenses.
Huh? Wait a minute, what?
Can we even afford that?
Well, I mean, with the two of you together, you might be able to cover it.
I don't have any.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just kidding. You should have seen your faces right then.
Anyways, that's all the news we have for the upcoming Serena Teapot feature. In the next section, we'll get to learn about some exciting events that will be exclusive to version 1.5. But now, it seems about time to give away our second redemption code.
Yeah! More rewards!
Practically speaking, the faster you act, the better.
Goodies inbound in 3, 2, 1!
Kode baru lagi. Lumayan 100 sama hero speed. Asli cakep banget sumpah. Ya udah. Pedangnya Eula gitu ya. Wah, bakal susah sih nih. Rempong ini berarti nih. Redemption unlimited, strike fast, unlimited redemption. Iya. Pedangnya aku pengen. Pedangnya bukan itu berarti ya. Tapi ini rempong sih pedangnya sih, hitung-hitungan pedangnya sih. Karena dia cryo sih ya. Cryo berarti asli. Yang bikin cakep.
Welcome back, adventurers. It's time to unveil the special events coming in version 1.5.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so first on the list is an event called Energy Amplifier Initiation. In this event, a Sumeru researcher will ask us to gather Irminsul fruit fragments. For a time, we'll be entrusted with a mysterious ancient relic, the Energy Amplifier. With this relic, we can unleash the power of the fragments we collect. During the event, this Energy Amplifier will grant us some effects in combat.
So it really is literally amplifying our abilities. Speaking of ancient relics, I feel like Mr. Zhongli would know something about that.
What are you looking at me for? You know I'm not really Zhongli, right? Oh, but I do happen to have some insight on the energy amplifier. For one, there are variations of how you can configure the fragments into the energy amplifier. One variable, motive force, affects how many fragments one can configure. The higher the sum of your character's levels, the higher motive force you can provide to the energy amplifier. With higher motive force, players will be able to equip more high-quality fragments to strengthen their team.
What if I don't have enough characters at higher levels?
As always, Zach, that's where your friends come in. You can borrow up to 3 characters from your friends to increase your motive force. You got that, Zach?
Oh, friends.
Masih agak bingung.
Yeah, got it. So the question then is, how do we gather all the fragments?
There are plenty of fragments spread all over the map. We'll search for the fragments in places of interest throughout the open world.
But it won't be easy to get treasures as powerful as Irminsul fruit fragments. Now, players will have to get rid of any trouble circling around the fragments before they're able to collect them.
That makes sense.
Berarti event baru
And
lagi.
we'll also be able to enter something called the
Feeling gua kagak
Twisted
enak.
Realm in the later phase of the event.
Twisted
Disorder,
Realm?
oke, sip.
Sounds like a teapot
Oh,
gone
di
wrong.
situ. Gimana
Not
versi?
exactly. There are 4 domains in the Twisted Realm, and each has different bizarre twists. We'll be able to
Aduh,
select the
berarti ini kayak
difficulty
ini
and
lagi ya,
conditions for
apa
the domains
namanya?
we enter, just as in the
Kayak
previous Hypostatic
apa
Symphony
namanya
event.
itu?
Of course, higher difficulties will grant better rewards.
Hipotasis
Okay,
itu, di
so
hipotasis
this'll
party
be
itu.
one for players who are looking for some serious challenges.
And I should mention that a
kayak
contract with
hipotasis.
Diona, the bartender of
Apa
Mondstadt,
tuh yang dulu
will be
tuh?
one of the various rewards from the event shop.
Cool. It sounds like we can add her to our team by participating in all kinds of activities from the
Iya,
event.
iya, iya.
That's right. Go get her. Our next event to introduce is called
Misty
Battlefront
Dungeon.
Misty Dungeon.
Huh? This sounds like a completely different kind of game.
In this event, there will be 6 themed trials for us to complete, and we'll only be able to use characters from a set pool of trial characters from the event. Throughout the trials, our team will not form any elemental resonance, and food and potions in our inventory will also
Makin
not be
susah
accessible.
aja.
Now that sounds tough.
But before each trial,
Still
we can
trial.
preview the monsters we'll be encountering, along with some
Lahza.
corresponding tips and tasks. So it is possible for us to choose characters that fit the conditions before we start. Nice, right?
Yeah,
Elemental trial.
that's a relief. Whew. So, what do we need to do to pass these trials?
In each trial, players need to activate all
Misty
3 of the
Dungeon.
ancient runes within the
Yeah.
time limit to gain access to the final challenge. There are benediction mechanics with the trials, which allow players to obtain certain bonus effects and make it easier to complete the trials.
At the same time, there are also some automated weapons systems that will detect and attack any intruders. Players will need to use the appropriate reactions to temporarily disable these devices.
We're definitely gonna have to use our heads to get the right strategies.
Iya.
Totally,
Pusing
and with
ini.
rewards like Primo Gems, Mora, and other materials awaiting, it'll definitely be worth a shot.
Primo Gems? Oh, I'm in.
Our next event is called Mimi Tomo.
Sounds Hilichurlian?
You nailed it. This event is about a certain unusual hilly churl we might encounter in various locations.
Aduh, dawe lagi. Suruh
I
nyari dawe.
see. The one that throws Primo Gems at players, right?
Okay,
Dawe,
to viewers who
dawe.
are searching for where you can find this unusual hilly churl right now, just know you can't actually use the primo gems it throws at you.
Lately, this unusual hilly churl has been stirring up trouble on the merchant routes. It's time for us to
Si
teach it
Dewi
a
cari masalah
lesson.
lagi.
But this Hilichurl is not an easy one to trace.
So we'll need to borrow some help from an expert. Perhaps you remember the hilly churlian expert Ella Musk?
Yeah.
Oh, Ella
You
Musk.
mean that little girl in the library?
So it's time for her to teach us a lesson.
Oke.
Yeah. We'll be utilizing the handy handbook of
Hilly
hilly
Churlian.
churlian from her to
Ah,
communicate
semangat
with
lagi.
other hilly churls for intel on the whereabouts of this unusual hilly churl.
Oh,
That seems like fun, but I'm not sure I can
lumayan sih.
memorize
Gua
that much
kayaknya ini lumayan
Hilichurlian.
seneng.
You
lumayan
can write
suka
it down,
juga
Zach.
gini-ginian.
Or you can take a screenshot.
Oh, yeah, screenshot.
Kita
Now that's good
mulata.
advice.
The only question now is,
Da, da, da.
how reliable is this handy handbook of
ya.
Hilichurlian? After all, it has a disclaimer on its title page saying it cannot be held
bahasa
responsible for any
Hidul.
consequences of its use.
Kesukaannya teman gua nih, teman
Wait,
apa
so
tuh,
you're
teman
saying it could
Papua.
potentially do more harm than good?
If that's the case, we'll have to persuade the hilly churls
Signaturenya
by
gitu.
physical means.
Muhe dada, yo.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Gua
It can
bener-bener
be
nemu
quite
masalahnya.
persuasive that way.
That wouldn't be
Jam
persuasion.
2.
Wait,
Di
now
hit-
I'm
hit-
confused.
hitin
We're talking about bribing them
Oh,
with some
kayak
apples
ini.
or something,
Cuman harus-
right?
buset dah.
That type of persuasion?
Oh,
Tebel
apples.
amat si Dewi.
Apples.
And now you're making me feel like I'm a bad
Ih,
person.
ada homo
Anyway,
Ada homo.
players will gain some
Wah,
furnishing
si Dawi,
blueprints, primo
kelakuan.
gems, and other rewards from the event.
Ini
So be
dong,
sure not to
ini
miss out
homo
on this
cuy.
one. Our next event is
Gila,
simply called
ada
Wind
homo.
Trace. Personally,
Gaigax.
I like to call it hide and seek.
All right, sounds fun.
And in case you're wondering, Wind Trace actually originates
Wah,
from when
jangan
ancient
bilang
nobles
catur
were
lagi.
hunting for rebels in Mondstadt.
Ah,
okay. Now things are starting to sound a little bit
Suruh
scary.
main catur lagi.
No worries, Zach. Today it's transcended from its dark history, passing down only the names of the two sides, Hunter and Rebels.
Oh, so what does a round of wind trace look like?
I'm glad you asked, Zach. Players will be playing in contested zones. They will be allocated one of the two sides, the Hunter or the Rebels. The Rebels hide and the Hunter seeks. But there's more to it than just that. The Rebels can use their windward arts to disguise themselves, place bait, or temporarily enter a hidden state.
Wah,
Alright, sounds interesting.
ini
How about the
nyebelin sih.
Hunter? What can they do?
The Hunter can use various arts to detect the location of the Rebels and disable their tricks and disguises.
So, the two sides are really going at it then.
Yeah, and during the game, favors will descend upon the area at random, and both sides can pick up these favors to help charge up their own so-called secret favor.
There are 5 contested zones in the open world, so those who are familiar with all the areas and terrain
dari
will
game
have some
apaan sih?
advantages.
Good news for those treasure chest hunters out there.
Among
Yeah.
Us.
Players will obtain Wind Trace coins from the event and unlock a variety of
Ya, jadi
rewards,
kayak Among Us
including
nih.
a Wind Trace themed name card. But if you play the game in co-op mode with your friends, or if you've already reached the daily limit of obtainable Wind Trace coins, then you won't be able to gain any more.
Ah, I see.
I hope you'll all enjoy this little game. Our final event is called Overflowing Mastery.
We had leyline overflow before, right?
That's right. Only this time, we will have doubled talent
gila.
level up materials. During the event, we will have 3 chances
Wah,
daily to
gila.
collect double rewards using original resin from selected domains of mastery.
Hah?
If
Original
I'm not
resin doang.
mistaken, this is the first time we'll
Kalau
have an
pakai
event
kode
that
resin
doubles
gimana?
talent level up materials. That's huge.
Exactly. So if you need to grind for talent level up materials, this will be your chance.
I bet everybody's gonna love that. All right, that's about
Keren
all
dong
we
sini.
have for the special events in version 1.5. As always, the last part of our version previews will be regarding new optimizations and adjustments coming to the game. Keith, would you like to explain the coming changes for version 1.5 to our viewers?
Sure thing. Starting from version 1.5, the cost of original resin to claim rewards for the first 3 weekly bosses will be reduced from 60 to 30.
Okay, that's
lumayan.
half the cost.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll have a total of 4 weekly
Cuman butuh
bosses.
30.
So that means we'll be able to claim rewards from all the weekly bosses using a single day's resin.
And we'll even have 10 original resin left over.
Ah, check you out, Sarah.
Yeah.
Next, after the version update, character companionship experience gained while playing in team with other players in co-op mode will be doubled.
So, if we want to accelerate our friendship with some characters and learn more about their stories, we can defeat bosses or clear domains with other players in co-op mode.
Oh yes, no need to remind me on the importance of friends again.
Oh, sorry, Zach.
Need some
Oke,
more of
menarik
those.
sih.
The third optimization will be about mailing alerts for when events are ending. After the version update, Genshin Impact will send mail alerts to players before any limited time events end.
Yeah, considering all the unique gameplay and loads of rewards from those limited time events, it would be a pity to miss them.
Definitely. For players who are too busy to check the end time of each event, the mail alert will for sure come in handy.
Yeah, absolutely. Our last optimization, coming in version 1.5, will be about slimming down the game's overall size.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
With this optimization, players can manage the voiceover files they've installed. If you no longer want to keep the audio files for a certain language, you can delete the corresponding voiceover files manually. And that audio pack will not update in future version updates.
Oh.
I imagine that could save quite a bit of space. I know
Iya,
audio files
lumayan.
can be massive.
Aw, but
Lumayan
what if
sih.
they decide to delete the English voiceovers?
No, don't delete us, please!
Delete
Don't
lah.
you want to hear more of me?
No.
Well, there's not
No.
much of us in there anyway.
No.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. I guess it doesn't hurt that much when you put it that way.
No,
Delete
it
langsung
does hurt
Inggrisnya.
because Zhongli
Bodo
has a lot to
amat.
say. So please keep the English files.
If you like us, then please keep the English voiceovers, everyone.
No.
And
Bye-bye.
on that note, it's time to release the third redemption code to our loyal viewers.
Yay! Are you ready?
Akhirnya
3,
kode
2,
lagi.
1, go!
LV ya? Oh, ini. ATP. Uhuy. Dapat. Lumayan sih. Berarti kodenya ini deh. Gua taruh aja lah di sini. Ini ATP.
Well, I hope everyone has caught all the codes. And I think it's about time to wrap up the show.
Whew, time really flew by.
Yeah, I know, right? How did you like your first special program, Sarah?
I've loved being here with you guys.
Nice.
It's so special and fun. Plus, the twins got to be reunited, even if it was only for a little bit.
Banyak yang rempong.
I really hope that they'll invite me for more special programs in the
Cuman
future
ada
because
yang
this was
menarik
super
sih.
fun.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yang
And how about you, Keith?
dormitory
How did you like
gua
doing the special
suka.
program?
Yang
Are you
ada
kidding?
pelajaran
I
itu
love
gua
this.
suka.
I mean, what's better than being able to make all of these announcements? I mean, everyone's so hyped to find out what's in store, and we get to be the people to share that with them. So
Opera hipotasis itu.
it's amazing. Plus, I am
Jadi
looking
bukan
forward to
bukan
spending
opera
quite a bit of time
hipotasis,
in this sort
opera
of teapot.
ebis gitu.
Yeah, me too. All right, thanks for watching the Genshin Impact version 1.5 special program, everyone. And I hope you all have fun in your teapots.
Tade.
Bye, everybody. See you in version 1.5.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Wah, kelar ya.
Are you still there? Yes. I was hoping you'd still be there because we have an extra special surprise for you.
Oh, apaan?
Check this out.
Akhirnya Narukami Island. Inazuma ya. Oh iya, Inazuma location. Gila. Ih, suka. Keren. Anjir, ini kayak ini. Kayak yang di Celestia Honkai. Inazuma City. Tapi nggak ada Sakura Samsara ya, berarti ya. Dan itu doang. Ya, kelar. Ya, cuy. Sudah kelar ternyata. Kecilin dulu. Sip, lumayan. Sip, segitu dulu. Ada nonton ya sudah. Yang penting ada kodenya di sini. Ya, segitu aja. Ini ada live streaming. Oh, dari itu ya. Ya, segitu aja. Kalau suka silahkan di like. Kalau mau subscribe silahkan subscribe. Nggak like juga nggak apa-apa. Subscribe nggak apa-apa. Yang penting nonton. Ya, segitu aja dan bye bye. Lumayan ada karakter akhirnya waifu baru itu juga apa namanya, waifu baru nongol juga D nya 2 kali.